Hi, good afternoon. Today I'm gonna present about my journey to be a good leadership in the 2021st era. So let's talk about the leadership in brief first. Actually, we have learned about 7 lessons in this class. First one, we're talking about personality and leadership. So what is leadership and what is the personality of the leader? Leadership can be born or made. In my opinion, not all the person are born to be a good leader, but we all can made. We all can learn to be a good leader. So what need to be included in a good leader? Actually, good leader need to have a good vision, motivation, and they support to can influence other people to follow, can motivate other people to do what they want. That is what the leader should be. So, leader in 21st century is a mixed style between authentic, inclusive, and shared leadership. Uh, we should know and we should know about the changes of the world. We should be systematic and critical thinking. What we need to be and to notice, actually in the 21st century we need to work with people from many age, many genders, many generations, and from many cultures from all over the world. So we need to be systematic and we need to have a critical thinking. So third, leader, what leader needs is a power, the power to be a change agent. When we would like to change anything in the organization, we need to have a power first, the power in order to have other people to listen to us, in order to have other people to follow. So we need power in order to be a change agent. The source of power might come from many sources, such as legitimated power, reward, or coercive expert or reference. To be a business leader, a part of the vision itself, the business leader should have a good communication skill, because we need to communicate with so many people. We need to communicate with the people who are above us and below us. And also we might need to communicate with the people from other organizations. So communication skill is very compulsory. Furthermore, we need to have a creativity in order to survive in the business. The leader need to have a creativity. We need to create a new things. We need to create a things that never exist in their business in order to survive. And we also need to have a positivity and open to receive feedback. Why do we need to open to receive feedback? Because normally when people look into themselves, there might be something that they are missing. So we need to listen to the feedback from other people. We need to listen from people to learn about our own mistakes. So sometimes we might need that. It is very important to receive the feedback from others, and we need to think about it. We need to carefully taking care of it. We need to be careful when we receive the feedback from others. So when we receive a feedback, we should delete, we should remove all of bias and take it into consideration as a fact, not bias. So what a leader need? The other thing that leader need is mentor and coach. This is a sometimes we need to be a mentor, sometimes we need to be mentee, coach as well. Sometimes we need to be coach. We need to coach our employee. We need to coach our follower. But and at the same time, we also need to be coached by others as well. Uh, as a leader, we are responsible to motivate the follower by teaching, mentoring, and coaching. And we need to select the proper way to motivate people. For some people, they would love to be teach. Some people, they would love to be mentored. But for some, we need coaching. So we need to select the coaching style in order to we need to select the coaching style to match with the people we are gonna coach. So next, to be a global leader, what is global leader needed. Actually, it is the same with a local leader, but when things go global, the multiple region, multiple culture are come and take an accountant. So we need to have more cultural awareness and we need to have sense of humor. At the same time, we need to be flexibility, but as a leader, we need to still resilience because if we're not firm enough, we cannot control people. Uh, so next is ethical leader. Ethic is always things that we need to consider. When we make decision, our decision might affect so many people in organization, from the top to bottom, also affect to our customer themselves. So we need to make a decision carefully and ethically. To apply the leadership in myself. Until now, I think that I'm still in midst of learning and development leadership skill within myself. In my opinion, there is no one best way to manage people. So I keep learning, and I think I still need a lot of knowledge, need a lot of development in myself. Since the world is always changing, the things that we know today, the good way of management today might not be a good way of management in tomorrow or in the future. So we need to learn and adapt accordingly. uh, to begin, I need to begin with my with in since my was young, my leadership was forming since I was young. In my opinion, I'm not born to be a leader. My leadership skill was formed since I was in student in high school and a college student. The skill that I learned the most once I was young is environment, is self-confidence. I has been pushed by so many teachers, so many friends to talking in front of the classroom, to lead the activity in the school and in the university. So that situation, that those kind of things what form me to have a lot of self-confidence. After Before I graduated from university, was I am applying as a student trainee as Qatar Airways in Phuket Airport. So I learned a lot of their leadership skill from that. So I took that opportunity to observe how leader need to be, how to manage people from all over the world, how we manage people across generation. So I learned the good thing and the bad thing of the leader, the bad personality and good personality. So I take that into account and develop myself since then. So at that time, I know that I learned that we need to have a cultural awareness to in order to manage people from different cultures, because the people are very different. So people want different things, people demand different things, and people in different culture, they value the different things. So the leader who are managing people from different culture, they need to aware about the motivator of each region, of each generation, or maybe of each culture. So we need to learn and adapt to help to motivate them, and this thing is very important. Furthermore, when we are the leaders, as per what I have said, we need to have an ethical decision. We need to be fair to treat our customer. We need to be fair to treat our follower, and also we need to be fair with our company as well. After that, after graduate, I am an assistant station manager. I'm working in Malaysia's airline. So at this time, as an assistant manager, but I'm still young. So there are so many things that I need to adapt to working with across generation and with different cultures. Never been easy for me. So I need to have a lot of cultural awareness and need to learn to motivate people, because sometimes some people can motivate by money, some people can motivate by reward, but the people who have enough of those kind of things. So we cannot use money to motivate them anymore. We can't use reward to motivate them anymore. We need to find a source of things to motivate them to let them get what they want and they work for us accordingly. So actually, in Thai culture, age is always matter. When young leader inquire a change, when I need a change, when I need people to do something different, according to my age, I cannot push them to do, but I need to show others. I need to use other source of know of their power. So at that time, I use the power of knowledge to apply. So when I show them that I have more knowledge, so the people tend to listen, tend to be more listen to us. So we need to find other sort that of power that we have in order to motivate people, because at the same time we might doesn't have a lot with all sorts of power, and some source of power cannot motivate some people, so we need to use the appropriate sort to motivate people. After resigning from Malaysia Airlines, so I used to run my own business. So I think at this time I need a mentor to building my own empire. Why I need that? Why I mentioned about the mentor, not about the coach? Because I think that as a top manager, as a company owner, mentor is very important for me. Sometimes I still need to make a decision myself, and I need somebody to focus on me, on developing myself, to give me a consultant in order to uh, manage my business. So my decision is very in effect of very a lot more people. All of my employee life is depend on my decision. Then at that time I need to think very carefully when make any decision. So a good mentor is very important for me. So because maybe sometimes something that I missing, but a mentor might knows about that. On the other hand, at the same time, I also need to be coach as well. As a top manager, I need to coach my own employees to do things to get the job done. So I need to be coach, because I need to reward them the reward, to check their performance as well. So I need to be a good coach of my employee, and I need to be a mentee of this is all. I think this is enough for 10-minute presentation. So thanks you for listening, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you so much.